My fearless friends, welcome to a new episode 96, Fear of Being Judged at Work. I remember when I was employed that it was very difficult for me to make decisions from my truest, honest self because I always thought that someone's over the corner to either judge me, to criticize me, or to make me reconsider what I'm thinking, what I'm saying, just because I lacked self trust. As a very young person, I had no confidence whatsoever. I tried to look composed, to look as I had everything figured out and that I'm happy and that I'm such a career driven person. But in fact, I had no idea what I truly wanted. And how many of us are in this situation? We tend to act as if everything is figured out, that we have all of the answers. Of course, God forbid we show that we are afraid, that we're anxious, that we're having a hard time, that our mental health should be a priority instead of us thinking what to do next in our careers because we are so young and we truly forget to live because I found myself in a position where I was truly engulfed by my thoughts of what other people think of me. I was not happy at my work anymore. And as I was thinking what to do next, where to go, whether if I'd ever change my position, because the people were nice, the conditions were okay. I had a nice salary. I had a nice team. It wasn't a struggle if someone would look at it from the outside. However, on the inside, things were off. In trying to figure out who I was, what I wanted to do, I had a very tough time understanding my own thoughts and needs because I had never learned how to be honest with myself. And it basically all starts from that point. Who are you? What do you want to achieve? What makes you really happy? And these are questions that no one can ask themselves unless they are guided. So I'm so happy that you're listening to this episode today because we will be mostly focusing on you prioritizing yourself, because this is what's all about in business or at work. Unless you put yourself first and understand how important it is to be in perfect harmony with yourself as much as possible, nothing else matters because all of your relationships are going to start falling apart if the most important relationship of them all is not thriving, which is your relationship with yourself. When you think of your life, how it's going to look in your career in 5 or maybe 10 years from now, you have a lot of great ideas, and your vision is of you being happy and thriving and well. It's just so much more than work, is it? It's not like you can be doing an amazing job, you being so successful at work, and then the rest of the areas of your life are just falling apart. They're below zero. It just doesn't work like that. It all comes together, right? So instead of us building an image of a great career, let's start with the other way around, building you up, making sure that you see yourself as you're happy and thriving in all of the areas of your life because everything is interconnected. What do you know? And that's amazing. It's not like you can have incredible relationships and everything works just awesome outside of work, but at work, things are falling apart. Let's find a balance. And I have some questions for you because as a fear specialist, I love asking questions. I love you when you pick your brain, when you pick your mind, when you use a pen, and a piece of paper to write down your thoughts without filtering anything. You need to let everything come out because we are not yet taught by society, by everything that's happening around us. And there's a lot going on this year. This year has been tough for everyone. And we are doing our best to make it work as much as possible. Tomorrow it is the 1st of September. Summer is already gone, most of it. I'm happy to be here in Romania where I still have warmth for about one more month. But just consider how quick time moves, doesn't it? So asking questions means that you are starting to question what are your thoughts and feelings all about? Because you are not going to succeed ever in anything that you do if you take everything that comes to you for granted. And I'm also talking about the exterior. Don't take anything for granted. Start using your critical thinking. Let AI alone. Okay? I also use it once in a while, but let's leave it aside. And let's not forget our skills of writing, thinking, and critical thinking. So we need to question what comes from the outside so that we are 100% sure that we are making the best, most informed decisions for us. And now, if you were watching my posts the other days, you'd be thinking, well, what if, Roxana, I just don't overthink, like you said in that post, and I do it now and I get the lesson. You can choose to do that as well. At the same time, when it's about your career, if you feel like taking an extra minute to figure out what is it exactly that you truly want to achieve, who are you really, you need that time. So, without further ado, let us also criticize our own thoughts that come into our mind, because if you have them in your mind, it doesn't mean they're real. Of course, it doesn't mean that you have to follow them. So the best question to ask yourself is this one. What do I really want? What do I really want? This makes it clear for you as you're being genuinely honest with yourself and curious. You need to be very curious about what is it that I want, as simple as that. You know, I work with very simple questions for you, for your team, because I want you to be able to do this exercise even when things are not looking too great. If you use things that are too complex on the spot, it's more difficult to implement them. So let's keep it very simple. And you having all of these thoughts for 1 minute on the piece of paper will get you so much more clarity. You'll be very clear on what the next step is going to look like. The second question, after you are more clear about what is it exactly that you want to achieve, let's focus on your emotions and let's get all of the fears out, all of the worries, the anxiety, because you need to be rational about all of this. When you're rational, you will be able to start making so many more choices, informed and conscious choices that you can be so proud of. And the question is, why do I feel this? Why do I feel this? Because when you realize what is it exactly that you want, you'll most probably have some doubt, some fear, some confusion, maybe frustration, maybe a bit of anxiety when you think about what is it exactly that you want to get, because you're unsure of how to get there. And it's not your business, it's not your job to figure out the entire trip from point A to point B where you want to be. But it's your job and it's your business to start with the first step, that 1% that makes everything seem so much more clear. Because when you start, fear goes away, confusion goes away, and you'll be in the action that's giving you that adrenaline, that fuel to change fear to that exciting, amazing feeling of, yeah, I'm making progress, because your spirit needs to make progress, to evolve, to do something. Whatever you do, don't be in the same place as you were last month or last year. With these two questions, what do I want to do? And what am I feeling? You are going to have this clarity that basically creates boundaries and walls around you. You'll have these horse goggles that you are going to be so happy to have, because whatever the exterior feedback is, whatever people around you may say, ask question, they may start to criticize your actions, which happens even if we don't ask for people's opinions, doesn't it? You'll be bulletproof. You'll know exactly where to go, what you want to do next, what makes you happy, what is it exactly that you want to achieve. And when you have this, my fearless friend, things are going to change completely, because it's sometimes nice and interesting to listen to people's opinion, especially to the people that you care about, that you love, friends, family, close colleagues at work. Maybe you have an amazing manager, a great boss at work. Maybe your business partners are just wonderful and they have the best intentions for you. Therefore, you may want to listen, but this is a big but here. Will you put things in practice? Will you take things to heart? Will you even consider what they say? This all depends on you, because now you know that you have your own path to follow and no one can tell you anything. You listening to others could be a sign that you are a nice, kind person. But will you ever incorporate? Will you ever believe what they say? I doubt it. I doubt it that from now on you will be this victim that is waiting for others' approvals, consent, go ahead, opinions, and suggestions, because you will be your own standing person that's never going to be doubtful about who you are and what you want to do again. So please put this in practice and let me know how this goes for you. Do you have any questions? I'm everywhere on social media, literally everywhere. Look for me, Roxana Popet. And I also have an amazing guide that I want to talk to you about, because it has 50 incredible exercises, 50 that you can put in practice as a busy professional on the spot. It's on my website, roxanapopet.com, ROXANAPOPET.com. Get this amazing guide. You will be amazed of how easy it is to work with your mind once you figure out that you only need simple tools. Nothing too major to make things work for you in an amazing way without struggling, because these exercises are easy to put in practice. As well, I'm happy to guide you and your team in conquering fear and stress at the office. You can find all of the details on my website, on social media, and I'm happy to see you again in another great episode next month. Enjoy the beginning of fall, my fearless friends. And thank you so much for being here with me for 5 years already with stories about fear. Time does fly. And at the same time, let's all be grateful that we are here enjoying this amazing trip on this beautiful planet.